team started with TPL maintenance file for MA. And
Okay.
yesterday we continued TPL maintenance file for MA, and we completed almost MA TPL maintenance file understanding. Today we need to continue the same TPL other insurance file for Texas and OIC result file for Centene.
Okay, I know we had a couple of the outstanding questions also, right, during the discussion, if I remember well.
Yeah, I have got few of them clarified, but few of them are still pending. So I thought once I got the clarity on everything, I'll drop that note to the team completely.
Okay.
I have the clarity on the career details, but I didn't get still the confirmation on why are we sending the inactive ones to FT, etc.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. As soon as we get, probably let's discuss that, Jishma. That's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go ahead. Wherever we stopped yesterday, and let's continue from there. I will catch up on the missed items. I can go through offline the details. That's fine.
Okay.
I did not see the. Okay, I see the updates, MOM updates, Priya, and on the TPL maintenance. I did not see the regular way of the usual approach what we were following, the comparisons among all the three clients. I did not see that. We haven't reached to that stage yet.
Yes, Meenakshi. Yesterday we discussed only on Texas. Sorry,
MA.
MA. And Centene and Texas is yet to be discussed. So that's why it was like that. That MOM is especially for MA. Even I mentioned in the topic itself while starting.
Okay, so after we complete this, I would like to see that comparative
Yeah,
updates.
yeah.
Right? That would
Maybe
make it
on
easier.
tomorrow's, yeah. By tomorrow's MOM, we can give the comparison in the table. Today, if we are completing Texas and sending today, then today I will send it.
Okay, today I would suggest that we should go with the Texas. So yesterday we have covered MA, and today we can go with Texas.
That's what, Jishma. In case like we are completing Centene on tomorrow, then tomorrow's MOM will have that comparison. If we are completing today, then today I will include that.
Yeah.
Okay. So can somebody help me with what we do for MA maintenance file? What data goes into that MA maintenance file? Is the FT discovery is going to MMIS or API discovery? I know the manual validations surely will go through that. Whatever is validated and verified by our operations agent, that will anyways surely be going as part of the maintenance file. But what other sources we have for the maintenance? FT data, whatever we get it as verified, is that going to MMIS?
FT and API is going to
Sorry?
FT and API verified data both are sending to MA.
Okay, so this is what we discussed, right? If I remember or recollect again correctly, then we have the 100 records sent to FT, and if 20 are getting invalid, 80 are being verified, confirmed as verified by FT, that will again go for API, non-API validations. The API tagged carriers will go for API, which we considered 40 as a sample. And the rest of 40, we again go for the second level of FT validations, and whichever is satisfying, that is going to MMIS. Whichever is not satisfied, it is going to queues. Is my understanding correct there?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay. So FT is also going for MMIS. Of course, the API responses will come back and go for MMIS, whatever acknowledged as verified, and whatever even the API is giving us as add update term or something, or how is it? Can you help me out there? How the API response comes there? API output.
Team
API,
failure.
API will send us either complete or failure, Meenakshi. In the complete, we again validate it either as verified or fallout or invalid. And the
Okay.
failure will either go to queue or it will be closed.
Okay, completed will go to MMIS
Yeah, if it is passing all the validations, yes, it will go to MMIS.
and followers will go to followed queues.
Yeah.
Okay, and invalid will get it errored out. Okay. Okay, essentially, FT verified will go to MMIS, API completed and verified will go to MMIS, and manual queue verifications will go to MMIS. That's what it is on the MA side for maintenance.
MA side, FT verified records directly will not go to MMIS. It will be sent to queue. Only API records, validated records will go to MMIS directly.
But that's what we discussed, no? That's what I was trying to summarize our recap what we discussed. After we have 80 validated coming as verified from FT, first level of validation, the
Mhm.
API career tagged ones will go for API. Let's
Mhm.
assume that 40 has been identified, and the rest of 40 will go for second level of FT validation.
Mhm.
And whatever goes through the second level also, it goes for maintenance file. Yes or no?
No, no, that's what. If the second level validation is passed also in MA, we send it to queue, not directly to MMIs. Only in Sentinel and Texas, we directly send it to MMIs.
So essentially, all these 40 will go for manual queue then.
Yes.
That's the same process on the Texas.
No, no. In Texas and Centene, all the other 40, if it passes the second level validation, it will go to MMIs.
Texas and Centene. Okay.
Yeah. And again, that's a configuration, Meenakshi. Suppose if
Hmm.
MA also wants to send it to MMIs, it's a switch. They can send it. The verified record can go to MMIs directly.
Okay. So at this moment, Texas goes directly for MMIS. And on MA, there is nothing that goes directly from FT to MMIS. Everything should go either through API or manual queue
Yes.
for MA. And for Centene,
Same
it's
as
going
that.
to be FT, API, manual queues
Yes.
for Texas also.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and discuss today. We are planning for Texas, right? What goes and maybe we can discuss is there any specific business rules that we are applying there? Did we also talk about what specific rules we apply before we consider for maintenance file on MA side? Did we discuss what rules are considered for maintenance
Uh,
file?
Only GCI, good cause indicator, we will be checking is what we discussed. But yeah, specifically, we did not discuss anything we are applying as a validation before taking that to detail maintenance. Um,
So
dep-
whatever is a good cause as why it is not considered, right? I remember this discussion during the very initial sessions. So whatever the so we will have this good cause indicator for policies, right? Or for the reference also.
Indicates.
we get
Uh,
it. Yeah.
Members we will have that. So if the member is having good cause indicator 5, we will not send those related policies reference.
Okay, so all okay, the members tagged with that good cause indicator, yes. Whether it is a referral or policy, we will not be considering.
Yes.
Any other checks that we do for maintenance file, and is that the case across the client systems?
No,
Good cause
GCI
indicator.
is only for MA.
Okay. And for Texas?
Yeah, we are yet to discuss.
Yeah, let's discuss on that. What criteria goes for maintenance file? And I also remember we had a question on this good cause indicator.
Yes.
This
Yeah,
check
I
is
have.
happening. This check is happening only during the maintenance file, right? Or and the earlier processes also.
Yeah, that I'm yet to get an answer.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead on Texas side. What is considered for generating the maintenance file? Who can actually walk through that based on your experience on that? Can you please share that?
Uh, Yes, Meenakshi. So recently, as part of FT integration, we have done some changes in Texas for this MMIS process. So I can give some details here. I'm sharing my screen. So in Texas, we call this MMIS file as a nightly file, whereas in MA we call it as TPL maintenance file. So that is the difference here for Texas. So
What we call in Texas?
nightly file.
Nightly file.
Yes.
Okay, because we send in the night.
Not sure, Meenakshi.
That naming convention is not making any sense. Okay.
Yeah. So this was the existing file which we used to send to MMS. Previously, before FT integration, we used to send only one file. So that file includes the referral and UI verified records. So after FT integration, so they asked us to generate two different files. So one for FT records and the second file for the referral and the UI verified records. So now we are generating two files in Texas. So first file is this one. So this contains the FT data, add update term data, which got verified. And this file is the existing file which we were using previously. This file includes the referral data, the MCO referrals and the UI verified records. So we are sending this in this file.
Can we see the fields within this files? I wanted to see what information are going in these two fields in the file.
Yes, Meenakshi. In files, we don't have the headers. So this was the old file which we are using. So
I
this
don't
doesn't
have the
contain,
field names.
yeah, it doesn't contain headers. I can show in the table.
We don't have the documentation for this. We should have a document, right? What each of this field is meant for.
I think we have actually.
We have or we don't have.
No, I think we have, I guess. Namrata, can you confirm?
We have Meenakshi.
Where is that?
Guys,
Can we go
I
through
checked
that?
that day, did I share that Excel with you?
No, you didn't share. Just the
We sent
screenshot I
the
got.
link of it.
Um,
I'll check Meenakshi. Give me some time. I'll share it.
Is it part of the FT integration work, Namrata?
No, no, that was there from beginning, Meenakshi, as part of when we had this process in place, we had that Excel received where we had all the columns and the mappings, what needs to be sent. The same thing is there for FT files also. We don't have any different format. It's the same format, just that the data what we are sending is different.
Okay, so this should be in our FDD document,
Yeah.
right?
It's there in the FT.
And can we go through that? FDD document. Maybe that should help.
Ganesh, can you open that FPD document in that MMIS process? It is there.
There, Amrita.
Everybody in the team should have the FDD document details handy. Can somebody share in the group chat? I think I shared the doc. I think one of the other members in this group were doing the updates to FDD, right? Who's that? Can that person please share that FDD latest link where you have updated? Who were doing that? Is it Sucharita and Satya?
No, Meenakshi, it was Deepti ji.
Deepti ji, can you share the FDD latest after the updates you have made? Is she there in the
Yeah,
call?
Meenakshi. Yeah, Meenakshi.
You were expecting me to call your name, is it?
No, Meenakshi. I'm searching for that.
Yeah, can we open that, Ganesh?
Yes, ma'am. Maybe I don't have access.
No, the error is something different. Okay.
I don't have
You
access
don't
on
have
that.
access?
Yes.
Can give the direct link to the document. Can you check this, Ganesh?
So don't have access.
Request for access. Who have access can just share your screen for this document. Or
Can you
maybe
refresh now? Refresh now. I think I've granted access. Open the link again.
okay, let me share my screen. Okay. So where is that MMIS section, right?
That one only, Meenakshi. Maybe down you have that layout and mapping. No? There we have added that Excel document.
I'm just, I clicked it, but this link is not working or what? Okay. This is insurance files. Where is that? So, is it the one medical outbound?
Yeah. Can you scroll down?
So,
Yeah.
Shanmuga, we need to clean this document. We should not have these strikeouts. Anyways, we have the versionings happening, right? So let's not have this striking out. So document should be clean. So when you are getting this updates done, let's make sure that this we don't see any strikeouts. It should reflect the latest functionality of the application.
Mhm.
Okay. Is this the one?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. So, but this is the okay. I have to download this.
Maybe if you can open in the app, it will open it. Open the Excel.
This is the one. Output med layout.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, this is the fixed width file, and this is the what is this file? What we which among those two is this?
Both are having same format only, actually. Only the file name is different.
Okay.
What integration file it is?
This is a maintenance file that goes from our system to Texas. Sorry, from OHA system to MMIS for Texas. So we are sending Medicaid ID policy. Are we sending policy date or coverage start dates?
Policy start date and policy end date.
But I see the mapping is coverage, starter coverage end date.
The column maybe it's changed, Meenakshi, but policy details table has start date and end date.
Can somebody please confirm what is this? Are we sending policy dates or the coverage dates? Are we sending policy level information or coverage level information in maintenance file? I see the coverage is sent.
Both we are sending, Meenakshi. So even the UI verified records we are sending in the TPL maintenance file.
That is fine. That was not the question, Ganesh. Are we sending at the policy level, a consolidated information or the coverage level? I see the coverage
Coverage level.
is also going, so which means coverage level information is what is sent to MMIS. Now, the mapping here, what I see is given as policy start or coverage from date to date. The mapping is coverage start and end dates.
So Meenakshi, if it's a policy, we send start date and end date. If it's a referral, we call that as coverage start date and end date. And it's like different naming convention in the tables. So that's why the mapping is given like that.
Okay,
But where
so-
are we capturing that if it is a policy, we are sending the policy date. If it is a referral, we are sending coverage. Where is that documented in the FDD here for maintenance?
Can you open a sample output file what we are generating?
Yeah, I
And
think
then match it
Ganesh, you have that file open, right? Maybe you can share that.
Yes, Meenakshi.
So, Shanmuga, we have a lot of gaps in the FDD. So I hope you are making a note which needs to be filled. When this is an asset level FDD, we should have each and every information for all the 3 clients.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we need to check back to the document, right? Few characters. So first 9 Medicaid, next 8 characters is start date. Can you highlight that, Ganesh? First 9 characters are Medicaid.
So, okay, let's take this way, right? If it is a pipe delimited or fixed width or comma delimited, fixed width, flat fan, right? My understanding is each line is representing a TOC. That means a type of coverage level record we are sharing.
Right.
And if it is an XML, in the case of MA, right, it will be different. It is an XML, which will be segments, right? Like policy is there, and under that policy, whatever the TOCs is there, it will be come on the policy tag.
So even in Excel, it comes as one row, right, Manoj? For each TOC, we will have one row in the Excel, correct?
Not Excel, I'm telling, XML.
Okay, XML, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 2 type of integration. One is XML and one is
Fixed width files.
fixed width. So if it is a fixed width, each line is representing
One type of
the
coverage.
type of coverage. Exactly. That is the granular level, right? So that is how it is going.
So which means that the type of coverage should be there, right? For every we were discussing in the morning, right, Manoj?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is for API where we may not have type of coverage which we will receive and then send to MMIS. Yeah, that is fine. Okay. So we are sending the Medicaid policy or the coverage dates based on whether we are sending policy details or referral details, and relationship, subscriber details, group number, type of coverage, predominantly the same, and carrier details. We are sending only the carrier code.
Yeah.
And-
So, sorry. I mean, actually, so if we are going in our database structure, right? Policy detail table, policy detail history tables are the key tables, and then we have the input tables like referral details, and then the TU table and TU history table and all. We are handling in TOC level, and that structure is not changed from the beginning till today. That means type of coverage, that means key combinations like Medicaid ID, subscriber number, which is the policy number, carrier code, type of coverage. Then again, it is coming another segregation like that policy and type of coverage, start date and end date, and same combination like Medicaid ID, policy number, carrier code, type of coverage can have more than one records based on the coverage period, start date and end date, right? So this is the key factors for driving deciding the single record. And the tables I was referring is designed in that way. We can design in separate way like that. Policy is as a header and detail level policy header. Then under that policy, how many coverages are there and its period also. But in our design, it is not like that. This is how it is built. And when we are handling that policy level in the UIN report based on the new CR, we are handling internally in the code. And when we are sharing this information to the end client, like Centene or state, like Texas or Massachusetts, again, this policy and TOC level information we are sharing. So if it is a flat file, it is a TOC and segment level. If it is XML, it's a structured in the way like policy, and then under that one TOCs will be there. I hope that will help. Any questions?
So Ganesh, what the file you are showing is the what is the file? I know we are sending to. What is this file?
So this file, we are sending this referral and UI verified records, Meenakshi.
So what you
The
have
file-
shown is the referral file which is going to MMIS.
Yes, Meenakshi.
And this is for which account?
Texas.
Texas.
Okay, both files will have the same file format and same number of columns. Both file means what? Which are that both files you mean?
A and B. One is for policy, the other is for referral.
These two.
One is for policy, one is for referral.
MCO referrals, right?
Yes.
The referral
Manoj,
inputs.
currently we changed in a way that from Texas we send two files, no? One FT verify records alone will send in a separate file. We will not club it with the other verified records. This change recently came, right, from FT side.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
basically,
Those
we
are
are
the two.
sending two files to MMIS, right? Like one is the MCO records, verified records. We send it to MMIS for acknowledgement, and the FT files.
So okay, I understood what is why it is two files. Let me think about in the Texas background, right?
So the second file is not necessarily meant, can we conclude that the second file is solely meant for reference? Because I'm seeing the document saying the second file is
Can
sent
we?
for
I
referral
think
and
this will confuse. Can we talk about little bit more about what is the business is happening in the Texas side? Who is there from the Texas account here? Okay, let's do a simple example. Sorry, I am hijacking the time, but I think this will help you to understand more. Anyone can open an Excel. Ganesh, I think you are presenting. If you can open an Excel and okay. In the OHI business, right? We have two line of business. One is medical and one is RX, right? Medical and RX. And these medical coverages can have RX type of coverages also. Like in medical, they can have medical, vision, dental, and RX. And then there will be standalone RX coverages also. Just keep this in mind. Then what are the process we are doing? We are doing two things. One is discovery. That means any new coverages are or any new OHI is there, or for any of the existing OHI, any updates or terminations are happening or not. This is a discovery. We are not getting any hint from anyone. We are trying to find it. There is another section is there that is referrals. That means we are getting some referrals or recommendations from external entities. It can be through the end client state or maybe a third party vendors like MCOs and all. And we are just doing a verification of that one. Hey, they are sending some updates. Updates means they are sending some recommendations, whether that is true or not. That is verifications we are doing. So now, if we are come to the Texas business, right? We started with pharmacy only discovery. That means no medical discovery we are doing. Pharmacy discovery we are doing. That means any new OHI is there or any updates are happening, like updates or terminations are happening for the existing OHI, that discovery is doing. And that process we are doing with FinTribe. And that data is going, we are getting that one and it is going through our system and some of them is going to the queue and all this stuff and all. And then the final result is going to the Gainwell vendor. Gainwell is a vendor who is, earlier it was Conduent. And they are the vendors is handling the pharmacy claims for state Medicaid. Okay. So we are sending to them. So that is one line of business. Then we started the reference for Texas OHI. That means we are getting the referrals for both medical and pharmacy. Okay, and we are not integrated that one with FinDrive. We are driving internally with our API process and all. Okay, and then the pharmacy reference output is going to Gainwell, and medical outputs is going to medical referral outputs is going to FinDrive. Sorry, C21 state system. Now, there is one catch is there that if any updates are happening through the queue, that means some fallouts and we are putting into the queue and agents are working that one through our UI, a HAPOHA UI, that is integrated with the web service, right? Whatever they are updating in the through the UI, that will immediately get integrated with the through the web service to the C21 system or state system. Whatever is getting through the what we can say FinDrive file integrations and or API integrations, that is going through the file integration, that file transfer through the SFTP. So that integration is happening. Medical referrals API or FinDrive outputs is going through the SFTP to C21, and RX referrals and RX discovery is going through the SFTP to Gainwell. Now in UAT, is there any questions on that one? On these integrations, or are you? I hope whoever is working on Texas side is aware about this.
Can somebody please acknowledge this?
Yes, Mark, we are on.
Sarita, Lok, Ganesh.
Any questions? Whatever questions you have, right? If you are not clear, don't hesitate to ask me. Just ask whatever the if you haven't understand anything about this one, just shoot out the question.
So basically RX referral and discovery is going to Gainwell.
Yes, RX. Yeah, there are two type of claims, right? This is the business background. Medical coverage can have mainly 4 type of components. One is medical, then vision, then dental, and medical related RX also. Okay. And then there could be RX standalone coverages also. That means it's not part of the RX. Sorry, it's not part of the medical. There will be separate RX policies. And for Medicaid's RX claims, or RX means pharmacy. Pharmacy claims is usually handling for all states by a different vendor. For in the case of Texas, earlier it was Conduent, now it is Gainwell. For Massachusetts, it is Conduent, but we are not in contract with them in that pharmacy business. Whoever is working on Centene, Centene is not a state Medicaid client, right? It is actually a MCO. And that MCO is handling many Medicaid plans of multiple states, maybe more than 25 states, and we have in contract with Centene for their 25 states. And that for that 25 states, we are handling only their Medicaid medical plans, not RX.
So you're not dealing with any RX details for Centene
Standalone RX details we are not dealing.
and for MA also.
For MA also. MA we were handling earlier, but then we stopped because it was not there in the contract we were doing as a service, and we just stopped that one. But Texas, we started with the RX, and then we are started medical reference. But in Accenture level, we were doing that one through not through a app. We are still we were doing from the long back for the Medicaid. Accenture was doing that medical discovery. Now, one of the CREs in UAT is for integrating medical discovery of Texas also through a app. Medical discovery also through a app that is in UAT.
Guys, do you understand difference between medical refer and medical discovery, what we are discussing? These are all very important for you all to understand. Can somebody help here? What exactly we mean by medical referral, which we just talked about, which is going to MMIS for Texas versus medical discovery, which is ongoing.
Yeah. So it is, it is 4 areas and its dimensions, right? So process wise, 2 things. One is discovery and referral verification. Discovery, we are doing that, hey, any changes happening and all the use with the integration with the FinThread. Referrals, we are getting from external entities. And then we will be doing that whether that is true or not. It is just a reference or suggestion, and Accenture need to verify that is true or not. Maybe Accenture will be doing its API alone, or maybe Accenture will be doing that with the help of FinThread. So that is a contract thing. But this is the 2 business processes, 2 different type of processes. One is discovery and one is verification. But there is, and then other 2 dimensions are line of business. One is medical and one is RX. So we have all this permutation combination of dimensions we have for the clients. Centene, we have only
Just
medical.
medical. Just medical.
Correct.
Both verification and discovery.
Correct. For Massachusetts, we have only medical. Earlier, RX was there, but now we are only doing medical. But both reference and discovery is there. For Texas, for reference, we have both medical and RX. For discovery, now in the production, only medical is there. But we are going to start for medical discovery also. So do you have anyone have any questions about what is discovery, what is reference? Anyone have that question?
Yeah, Manoj, what's the difference? What data we are sending to gain mail?
Okay. So you you are working on which client project, or you are working on across the clients?
Texas.
Perfect. Okay, so I told you 2 type of line of business is there, right? One is medical coverages and one is pharmacy coverages, right?
Yes.
So mostly what is happening is when state Medicaid is processing their claims. There will be medical claims, and there will be pharmacy claims. So usually what state is doing is pharmacy claims, most probably they will be sending to a separate vendor. Okay, just like the medical, one part of medical Medicaid medical claims, they are sending to they are asking to the MCOs to handle. Just like that, they will be asking another entity or vendor to handle the pharmacy claims of Medicaids. So Gainwell is the current vendor for the Texas Medicaid to handle the pharmacy claims.
Okay, Gainwell only for pharmacy one.
Yes, or
Right.
Gainwell is handling only pharmacy claims, and medical claims is handling by different MCOs. And that means state vendors, another vendors, and it is through the state. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So now in the case of Texas contract, what we are doing is we are doing the pharmacy new OHI or existing OHI's discoveries, and we are getting some reference for the pharmacy claims, pharmacy OHIs from different sources. We are verifying that also, and that outcome is we are sending to Gainwell, so that when they are processing the Medicaid pharmacy claims for state, and they can identify easily that whether for that Medicaid member, any commercial insurance is there, they can reject the claims because the commercial insurance is the primary responsibility to pay the pharmacy expenses. Is that clear, Aula?
Yeah, Manoj.
So I'm just recollecting how is our Accenture policies, Accenture insurance coverage we are getting, right? When we are getting the Accenture coverage, right? In India also we are getting Accenture is giving us insurance coverage, and you will be seeing that who is covering what component, right? Just check that when you will be getting that. So you could have one doubt that why pharmacy have two separate things like standalone and also covering under the Medicaid, right?
Yeah, that's one thing which I have, Manoj.
Okay.
Will there
So
be a conflict between these two? Because you will be receiving as a referral also, or as part of your RX process also. You may be receiving the. There are chances, right? It can come as part of medical RX also.
yeah, so how it is coming is if when I was looking into my coverage here, right? So when I am getting the coverages, I can have the medical coverage is from one vendor, which is including the vision and dental and all, and then there will be subdivisions on that one. But I will have only one insurance card, but I will be getting one more card for my RX. So how it is working is, if I'm going to a pharmacy to buy a medicine, which is prescribed by a doctor, right? And it is directly going to my pharmacy, it is covering under the standalone pharmacy coverage. But if I'm going to a medical treatment, just like if I'm hospitalizing, and then there will be doctors' fees will be there, nursing fees will be there, and all this stuff will be there, along with the medicines is taking at the time of treatment, right?
Okay,
That
maybe like
components
when you are
also will be
when you are dealing with as an inpatient services, right?
correct. Inpatient and the inpatients or here, I mean, it is not exactly how it is happening in India. Sometimes it will be the individual doctor is treating us, and there will be medicines will be given by the doctor, that professional, that is professional claims.
Like
So that
anesthesia.
is that type of medicine expenses is covering under the medical policy only. But if anything, any medicines I am purchasing outside from the pharmacy, that is covering under the standalone pharmacy coverage. This is very high level information. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if I buy a paracetamol, it goes as a standalone RX.
Correct.
And if I am admitted and if doctor is giving an anesthesia, that is going as
Anesthesia or
a
any medications are giving from the hospital itself, it will be covering under the
medical pharmacy.
medical treatment only, medical coverage only. Now, giving a more insight, okay? Meenakshi, if you in the, I know that these people don't have the, I don't know how many of you are aware about that we have one more asset that's billing and recovery. So sometimes the medicines giving for an inpatient or submitting as part of the medical coverage, some of the medicines will not be covering under the medical policy. So actually there is a CR which we are working on that. We are trying to recover it from the standalone pharmacy coverage. If anything which is not any medical any medicines expenses is not covered under medical coverage, we are trying to recover that one from the pharmacy standalone carrier.
For which this person is insured with.
If the person is if that Medicaid person has a standalone pharmacy coverage.
Okay. So that's happening on the billing side.
That is happening in the billing side. That is one of the CR being incorporated as part of the ADF integrations, that RX components loading, and then the next phase of that CR is to find out that components and billing separately to the pharmacy carriers.
As a separate billing, is it?
As a separate billing invoice.
For both Texas and MEA?
At asset level, yes.
Okay.
Okay, I think I hijacked most of the time. Now you can go ahead with. I hope I gave some insights. If any questions or not clear any of the part what I was explaining to you, let me know. I will try to explain my best based on my knowledge.
This is very helpful, Manoj, because we don't know the actual business that's happening on the other side. Yes, this this is helping. At least how the medical claim RX and the standalone RX are different.
Yeah. And the business side, what we are trying to do is when we are getting one side of it, how we can expand Accenture business or Accenture services, because our assets is capable to handle both side of business and R. And there is, when we are going to the claim side, there is more subdivisions are there. But OHA said you don't need to worry about that. So I'm not explaining that. But that this is the area. So we are trying to expand our business for the different clients. Only Texas is we have all these sides. MA also one side and Centene also only one side. But we are trying to expand or get more business areas. Okay, no, that's all from my end. You guys can carry on.
Thanks a lot, Manoj. This is very insightful.
Thank you.
I wish you honored of join these calls.
I was just I was doing some other work. I saw that when this pop up, so I thought, okay, let me join. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Manoj, sorry, I just to cut you. I just have one ask, Manoj. Like, so we
Mhm.
discussed about the two lines of business and the process that we have, verification and discovery. So why are we actually having the API process in place, and why don't we have that enabled for pharmacy right now?
Yes, a good question. So APIs, you know that API is mainly integrated with Nihan, right?
Mhm.
And Nihan don't have the pharmacy information. Nihan only have the medical line of business.
Okay.
Okay.
So eventually
So
we will end up having like in the future.
yeah, what we are trying to do in the background is Nihan is also a vendor, and that Nihan's background is like Nihan and Ability, right? These are two portals, two different portals. Who is managing or who is having the OHA information of multiple carriers or many carriers, and we are pulling that one. And some of the times it is not up to date, right? And both of them is only medical OHA information. So in the background, what two things we are doing? One is in the background is we are trying to integrate our API connections with the real carriers like Ichna, Cigna, and all, instead of Nihan. Nihan is a third party from where we are getting all these carriers information, and it may not be up to date, right? So we are trying to have the connection with the real carriers like Aetna, Cigna, the top carriers, BCBS, Aetna, Cigna, and all. That discussion is going on. And another business we are trying to do is currently we are doing only the verification API. That means we have to send the person's subscriber number, carrier code, and all to Nihan or Ability, then they will tell us their response. But we are trying to do the discovery. It is kind of a verification. Now we are doing a POC for the discovery also. That means if we are giving a person's demographics, no, we are not sending any subscriber number, carrier code information. If we are just giving you the demographic information, whether Nihan can give search and give us that person have any carriers OHA or not. So we are doing that POC also.
So the Nihan API is specific to it expects the payer details, right, Manoj?
Yeah,
Or is
I
it
mean, so it is like how we are doing the currently, how we are using or utilizing Nihan is just for verification, right?
Yeah, because I share the Medicare details. I will also share the payer, and you get
And
the
just when we are checking with Nihan, we are just giving the Medicaid demographic information and career or policy information. This is one of
Correct.
the discussions we had. Not TOC level, we were sending it is just telling that, hey, just for example, for Manoj, with this date of birth, this address, or first name, last name, date of birth, or SSN, with this policy number, career code, with that career, whether this person, Manoj, have any policy existing or not. So Nihan will tell only for that career for this particular person, right?
Right. For this particular person with this particular career.
Correct. We are trying to expand that one. We are just giving you the person's demographics. Just to look into your data lake and tell for
Which
any
are all
career
things.
this person have any policy or not. That is discovery. Currently, we are doing referral verification. We are trying to do the same, the discovery also with Nihan. And eventually, we will be doing the same thing with the career, directly with the careers, so that we can avoid Nihan.
Okay, is that what is upcoming for us on as part of this API?
Yes, we are doing the POC for that one.
Okay. And this is for all the clients.
Yeah, once it looks success, yes, we will implement for our careers. Yeah.
So we usually remove FT integration.
You got it. Yeah. So that is the target, because if we can do the discovery also, right? That is what I was telling. For referral verification of medical and RX, for Texas account, we don't have any contract with FinThrive. We are doing completely internally with API.
So if that happens, Manoj, if we are looking at the Medicaid level, we don't even need to go for this referral verifications, right? You can directly get all the related policies straight from the payers.
Yeah.
And we can, and to your point, Jishma, we may still have to depend on FT for at least for the RX.
Yeah. It depends whether we can directly set up the connection with. So we can completely avoid FinThrive, because we will not be able to have the connection with all the carriers, right?
Okay.
So still there will be some carriers, they are not willing to integrate with us. So in that
API.
case, we need to depend still FinThrive. And FinThrive, how they are getting this data is not directly from carriers. They will be getting, for just an example, right? This employers are giving, Accenture is giving the commercial coverages for their employees, right? Maybe they will be, FinThrive will be connecting to like the employers like that to get their employers commercial insurance. They are not going to the carriers
Payers
for that
directly.
one. Right. So they have different sources and capabilities to get the details more than how we can find out that source. So we can
But
completely.
to address that concern, Manoj, we do have the employer details from our HIP and MAPA, right?
That is one of the source of reference we are getting for Texas, right?
Hmm.
We are already getting that one. That is one of the, so this billing and recovery, OHI, HIP, and all little bit integrated.
So that should actually help to address to minimize the dependency on FT to this extent. And we do have the repository of member information along with the employer, right? So yeah, maybe in the long run we can plan that. integrating all these systems to get the employer, and we can connect through the employer to get the payer details. I mean, this just strike to me when you said that as the one of the channels which FT is getting for us.
Yeah. So it's based on how this sources is agreeing to integrate with us, because they don't have any benefit for that, and it is an expense. So some of them will not be agreeing that one. We need to force through state. So that's what we are doing. Our business team is doing.
Okay.
Okay. Signing off. Let me know if you have any questions. Whenever possible, I will join. Thank you all.
Thanks so much. Okay. Some insights, interesting insights, useful insights. So maybe we can end this session today with this information. And I see the layouts are pretty much clear. And one quick question, knowing that we are sending it as two different files, one is for reference, one is for discovery. When we are sending, it says a very basic question to check your knowledge on the basics. When we are sending the referral file, knowing that the file layout is same and which also holds the type of coverage, when we are sending the referral details, what would be the data that will go as type of coverage? You all have seen the layout, right? Which Ganesh was showing few minutes back, which includes the Medicare details, subscriber details, insurance carrier code, type of coverage. And what I understand is, if it is a policy that is going to MMIS, we are going to send the coverage dates and type of coverage. If it is a referral, we are going to send the policy dates. So for referrals, where we are sending the policy details, what would be the type of coverage that goes in the file? Is my question clear?
Actually, can you come again?
We are sending the referrals and policies to MMIS, right? Which Ganesh was showing us two different files. And we also discussed that it can be the mapping from fields we just saw. It can be either policy dates or coverage dates, depending on what we are sending, that will be picked up, correct? If we are sending policy start and end dates. If it is referral, sorry, if it is a policy, it is going to be coverage start and end dates. If it is referral, policy start and end dates, correct? And we are also sending the type of coverage as one of the fields in the maintenance file. For policy, it is straightforward. We will have the type of coverages. We will send what would be there. What are we sending for type of coverage for the reference? Will reference have type of coverage? These are the very fundamental questions. Can anyone
Yes, Meenakshi, we had type of coverage also.
for reference?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Based on the key combination, we'll match with the referral details table. Then we'll move that data to history and we'll convert it to policy like that.
So you are converting it into policy and then sending to MMIS.
No. After receiving response from MMIs, I'm saying.
No, I'm not talking about the
Yeah, we'll
response.
have type of coverage also.
for referral file.
Yes.
Then how are we differentiating this as a policy or a that is going to MMIS? Just see, you are doing the development and you know what is the source, right? So you may say this, okay, for policy, I'll refer policy details, for referral, I'll refer the referral details. But when it is going out as a file, how do we get to know this is a referral, this is a policy?
But for policies, we call the status as verified when we are generating the files. Remember.
Okay, but we are not sending it. So the one is
We split the data through the status only. We filter on the status and we split the records. Is that a referral file?
okay, but the split is happening and going as two different files, right?
Mhm.
So because you Ganesh, you were showing two files, right? One is for the discovered ones, the other is for the referrals, and also I see you are also sending the UI verified ones. So those UI verified are also going to be the reference. Can you
No.
flash your screen
Why?
once, Ganesh?
UI verified are called policies. Once it's
Correct.
verified, only
So
will-
your second file, right? The second file, what you're sending is a referral. It can have a referral UI verified records also, which means that it can this correct.
yes,
The
yes.
first file will hold only policies which are getting discovered by a FT directly.
We don't call that as policies. We call that as FT data only because in Texas, unless we receive response, we don't name them as policies.
Yeah, but we are sending the FT received response only, right? As an MMIS file here. So
But
we
in our system, we would have not told that it's a policy, right? We still will be sending the data. We don't get the confirmation that it's a policy from FT. After MMIS whatever the discovery made by FT, we treat that, yeah, it's a verified policy and we send it to MMIS. But once we get the MMIS response only, we do that updates in our system and call that as a policy. That's why we
Okay,
just
so
tend
yes.
to call that as FT data, not the policies.
So essentially, we are sending it is still as a referral only.
Exactly. Whatever we have received, it has gone through the API process. If it's a past one, yeah, we'll send it.
Okay, so we should not be calling then these files as one is for the policy, the other as the
No.
reference then, right? So one
Correct.
is the FT sourced, I should say, reference, which is going as a file, and the second file is
FT discovered data, and the second one is UI verified, and the API referral, API discovered
API
referral.
verified. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's how we should take these files as. Okay. For the other business rules, next session. Can we wind up this tomorrow? The TPL maintenance, I think we have to discuss on the sending side. And we will get into UI part and then reports. right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So who can summarize? Sanjay? Sanjay, post your summary on the chat and we'll as usual for the MOMs. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you all.
sure, Meenakshi.